It is 10:49 Pacific Standard Time, and the PL-89 is there. Today is the 7th of Tevet, because it's nighttime, and in Jewish calendar, it always goes into the next day at night. On the calendar, we're in box number 9, according to Hebrew, but it's still January 6th. So we're at 1 and 9 together, and we're at 9 on the Jewish. So 7th of Tevet would be 9. As mentioned, a key rule in the PL-89 is that these elementals, meaning all numbers from 1 to 40, are I guess you can call them the elementals. They're the starting points of all numbers that can go, whole numbers, that is. No fractions, just whole numbers. Ad infinitum. Well, I haven't found use for in the millions or 6 digits or even 5 digits, but for now it's been to have my hands full with 3-digit numbers and some 4-digit numbers. But there's plenty of 2 and 3-digit numbers to work with. At any rate, 1049 is a descendant of 9. Simply because if you add 40 to 9 enough times, you'll get 1049. And that's provable very easily. 9 plus 40 is 49. 49 plus 40 is 89. Plus 40 is 129. So 129 is the same as 329. It's 529. 729. 929. Add 40, 969. Add 40, 1009. Add 40, 1049. And that is why it's being talked about at 1049. Because the information connects to the time. That's what Gematria is. But what particular information connects to this time? There's a phrase in the story of David and Goliath in the first book of Samuel, chapter 17, verse 40, I think. Yeah, 17:40. It says that he took and he chose, and the word, he chose 5 smooth stones from the river, and he put them into a vessel, some kind of, I guess, a slingshot, and he threw it at the Plishti. He said something, he threw it at him and he killed him basically with these 5 smooth stones. Why 5? I can connect that to 9 very well. Because if you spell in English 5, it equals 42. F-I-V-E has a numerical value of 42, and so does 9. So, if we are in box 9, and I am talking about 5, it is matching up at 42. Because you spell out 9, N-I-N-E, it equals 42. Meaning like N is 14, I is 9, N is 14, E is 5. You do that, it equals 42. And 5 is the same thing. They both have 4 letters. It's also interesting. But that would connect the 5 stones. Now, it's good to get the exact wording. But the word is Vayivchar lo chamisha chelke avanim min hanachal. He chose 5 smooth stones from the river. That exactly equals 1049 in regular Hebrew Gematria. Mispar ha'arachi. Excuse me. But it also equals another. Let's see. Sfas Hayarden. Sfat Hayarden is the bank of the Jordan. Okay. Le'ot Brit, sign of the covenant. Okay. But more importantly, or maybe the reason that I thought of it first, is that 1049 is equal to my special Daf Yomi codename, which is Yehoshua Sofer Chadash, which means Joshua the new scribe. If you look at the word Sofer in Hebrew, it has a few different connotations. It can mean lesaper, to tell. It could also mean connect to mispar, lispor, to count. It can also mean to relate, saper, tell a story, and mispar, a number, and this is the basic premise that's put down in the first chapter of the book of Yetzirah. And so this work with Gematria is my scribal work. But I'm doing scribal work in numbers, as it were. In this point of view, numbers are actually more important than words. Because words are limited. You're located to one idea. Even if a word can have multiple meanings, a number can have many, many more words that equal the number. So let's say I said the word Sofer could connect to even l'saper, like a haircut. Saper is a haircutter. So it's not only that; it could be counting. It could be talking, telling a story. L'saper is to tell. Sipur is a story. But if I took the word Sofer and I got its gematria value, and I just said that it is 346, it's with a vav, 340 without a vav, that can take you all over the place. That can take you to Persia. Because paras, without it would be 340, let's say. It can be in Persia. You would never get that from talking or telling or counting. You wouldn't get Persia from that, but because the number is the same, you can get Persia. So now you can connect that number to a scribe in Persia. You can connect to someone who came from Persia and is now in America and he's studying to be a scribe. It has so many, but there's many more. Let's just say you want to use, but I think you can get the point. Not to belabor it too much. But Yehoshua Sofer Chadash in regular Hebrew Gematria has a numerical value of 1049, which stems from 9, where we are right now on the Hebrew calendar. The 7th day of Tevet is, in fact, box 9. Tomorrow, or actually tonight, after we pass 12 midnight, when it becomes January 7th, officially, then it will move from 1 to 9. Now, that's not excluding the fact that you have 918, you have 19, 321, 9, 100, like you say, 1918. Any permutation that are coming from this line is viable. In fact, even a box ahead of it, 26, was relevant in the name of Vigdor, which is 226. And then you can go to, let's say, 35, to the next one. It would be Ovaletzion Goel is equal to 235. 35 plus 200 is 235. And then, so far and so forth, as many gematrias as you know that fit into this line. The time is navigating, but you start at your starting point, the date. You can always veer outward. And in the process of developing a technology, so let's say 7 came up, you'd have to go over here, right? How do you get from here to here in a logical way? In a way that's just not, it's too happenstance. I haven't figured that out yet, but it's in development.